Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Kobe and this is SkyTech Digital. Now in this video, I'm going to show you how I created this beautiful pricing table over here using Elementor Flexbox and nested elements. Now we will be using Elementor Flexbox and nested elements to be able to create this beautiful pricing table over here. Now I took inspiration from this particular pricing table that I saw on Google Images. Okay, so basically this is the inspiration I took, and then I also did my own thing over here. Now using Elementor, Flexbox, and then nested elements. Now for those of you who don't know what nested elements are, if you go, I tried to Google it, and then it said that with nested elements you can place any element inside another by leveraging the power of Flexbox containers. Now now Elementor have brought Flexbox containers whereby you, instead of the old sections and columns, this time around you'll be using what containers to be able to create your own designs that you want. So if you activate nested element, you can place any element or any widget in any place that you want. Okay, and that is what the power of the nested element with the Flexbox container. So it says similar to how you can place any one container inside another and nest them infinitely. With nested element, you can place any element, widget, or container inside another, and that is what we will be using, so that we can be able to create whatever we want to create. So we want to create this pricing table over here, and we are going to use nested element and then Elementor Flexbox. So to do that, we go to our dashboard over here. Now first of all, make sure you go to make sure you go to Elementor over here, and then you go to settings over here, and then activate Flexbox, Elementor Flexbox, and then you also activate nested element first. So when you go to settings over here, now click on features over here and then locate Flexbox. Okay, so maybe it will be either inactive or default, whatever it is. Make sure you choose active for it, and then scroll down, you see nested element also over here. Make sure that you also put it to active. Okay, and then go ahead and then save your changes. Now when you are done with it, now Elementor Flexbox and nested element will be activated. Means that you'll be able to use Elementor Flexbox and then also nest any element that you want to use. So what we are going to do is we're going to create a new page, and then we'll redesign this one I've done. I'll show you how I designed this whole thing step by step. Okay, so I'm going to go to pages over here, and I click on add new page. Okay, so I'm going to call this one pricing table, and then I'll go ahead and change the template from Elementor from default template to full width. Okay, so I'm going to change the template over here. So I'm going to go over here and then click on default template over here, and then change it to Elementor full width. Okay, so basically that is it, and then I'll publish it. Okay, so now that I have published it, or I've saved the changes, I can go ahead and then edit the page with Elementor. Because we want to design everything with Elementor, we click on edit with Elementor to be able to edit or design the page using Elementor. Okay guys, so this is the Elementor page builder. For those of you who don't know what Elementor is, it's just a page builder. Okay, it's a drag and drop page builder whereby you can be able to use it to design any kind of web page that you want. So you just drag some element over here and we then put it this side. Okay, and that is it. Now we are using containers, meaning that we're going to use the containers to be able to design our pricing table. And then also because we've activated nested element, we can put any element anywhere that we want. Okay, so now this is the navigator. Okay, I'll leave it over here so that if I want to quickly go ahead and then select some section or some container, I can just go ahead and then select it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to design exactly as you see over here. Okay, so this is what I'm going to design. So first of all, I'm going to pick a container. So I'll click on this plus icon over here, and then I'm going to pick this container over here. Okay, so guys, now that the container is what is picked, now as you can see, it's shown over here. Okay, it means that it has gone, just beneath the header. Okay, because I designed the header with a plugin. I designed the header with a plugin. It's not with the theme. Okay, so that is how you see it this way. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to advanced over here, and then I'm just going to give it some margin. Okay, top margin. So I'm going to give it a top margin of, let's say, 250. Okay, or 250 is even too much. Let me say 150. Even that one is even too much, so I'm going to say maybe 90. Yes, so 90 is what quite okay. And then I'll still come back to layout over here, and then with the minimum height, I'm just going to give it a minimum height of let me say 900. Okay, I just want it to be a little bit wider, the height to be a little bit long. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give it a gradient background over here. So I'm going to go to style over here, and then I'm going to pick my colors that I use for the background. So as you can see, I have this one and this one over here. So I'm going to pick this first one over here, and then with the background, I'm going to choose the gradient background. Okay, and then I can go ahead and then change this color like this, as you can see. Okay, and then go ahead and pick the second color also, pick it over here, come over here, and then change this one to the second color. Okay, so guys, as you can see, this is the background color that we want over here. So now that we have our background for the container, we're going to put another container inside the container. Okay, that is exactly what we are going to do. So you see this plus icon over here, I'm still going to click on it. Okay, so when I click on it, I'm going to have this one layout. So I'm going to drag in this container over here and then put it inside this one. Okay guys, so this is how it's going to be. Okay, but what I want is I'm going to select the main container over here. That is the first container, the background container over here. I'm going to select that one, and then I'll go to layout. Okay, and then scroll down over here, and then put everything in center over here, and then also come to align items. So the content should be center, and then align items too. I'm going to put it over here, which is center, which is also center. Okay, so basically I think this is quite okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click over here, and then I'm going to drag in a text widget. So I'm going to drag in a heading widget rather, not a text widget. So I'm going to drag in this heading widget over here, and then I'm going to change this one to this text as you see over here, which says choose your plan. Okay, so I'm going to just put this one over here, go to style over here, and then I'll style it, change this one to white. I'm going to change this one to white, and then change the typography to Montserrat, and then also the size, I'm going to give it 55 pixels. So I'm going to give it 55 pixels. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to content over here, and then I'm going to place the text in the middle. So I'm going to align the text in the center. Okay, so it's going to be something like this. So as you can see, choose your plan over here. So now we have our heading set up successfully. Now what we want to do is to bring another container to over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go click on this grip icon over here, the 9 dots over here, and then it will open this one for us, and then we'll drag in another container to this side. So this time around, we'll want to just change, or what we are going to do is I will still drag in another container in it, because I want to use this container as a base container for what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make sure that with this container selected, the the direction over here, okay, the direction over here, I want it horizontal. Okay, I want it this horizontal row over here. So I'm going to click on the plus icon over here again, and then I'll drag in another container also over here. Now with this container, I'm going to duplicate this one twice. Okay, so I'll duplicate it, and then I'll also duplicate it, so that this particular container will be 3 times. Okay, so I have three different containers over here. So as you can see, I place in this particular container, and I place in 3 different containers in it. Now the reason why I change the direction to horizontal row, because I want all the containers I'll place in to go this way. Okay, so that they'll be in that row kind of direction. I don't want them to if I choose this one, all of them will come after the other, meaning that this one will come followed by this one, followed by this one, but I just don't want them to be in a row, horizontal row. Okay, and that is the reason why I changed the direction of the container. So as you can see, we have 3 different containers over here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to create this first one, and then create this first one, and create this first one, then create this one also. So to do that, it's also very simple. Now what we can do is we can go ahead and then just start creating our start designing our tables. Okay, so it's also very simple. We just put in the widgets inside the way we want it, and then we go. So first of all, this is the container that we want to edit. Okay, so as you can see, I want to edit this particular container. Okay, this particular container. So what I want to do is I want to put another container in it, and then I'll start designing it one after the other. So I want to put a container over here. Okay, so that there is a container inside a container. Yes, so I want it this way. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just I'm going to remove the gap from it. I'm going to give it 0 gap. Okay, and then if I go over here also, I don't want any padding. Okay, I don't want any margin also. So it's all going to be something like this. Now I'm going to give a background white background. Okay, so I'm going to go and then say I want a background to be white. Okay, so as you can see, this is how it looks like. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put in a text over here. Okay, so if you look at this white over here, what is over here? This one says what? 18 USD per year. Okay, so that is exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to put in a heading widget over here, and then I'm going to just type in 18 USD. So 18 USD, simple as this. I'm going to position it in the center over here. Then I'll go to how do you call it, the advanced over here, and then what I will do is I'll just give it a top and bottom padding. So I'll give this one a padding of, let's say 50 top, and then a bottom padding of 50. Okay, something like this. And then I'll also come over here and then just drag in a text widget beneath the this particular beneath this particular, how do you call it, heading widget. So over here, all what I will do is I'm just going to just write per year. Okay, so I'm going to write per year over here, and then also I'll position it in the middle. I'll change this one to black. I'll go to the typography and change the typography to Montserrat. Yeah, very good. And then this one I'll make it like a 14, or let me say maybe 18 is okay. Then I'll go to advanced over here. So with this one, let me go to this one over here. Okay, so with this one, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to remove this one and make it like a 0. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to give the container rather the padding. Okay, so I'm going to go to the container and then go to advanced over here, and then I'm going to give the container top padding of 50, bottom padding of 50. Okay, so it's going to be something like this, so that the per year will be over there. Now this one I'm going to style this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the color. Okay, so I'm going to change the color to a different color. Okay, so I'll pick this one over here, copy it, or let me copy this one, rather copy this one. Okay, come over here and then go to style, and then with the color I'm going to change it to this one that I copied. I'm not sure which one is which. Yeah, so it's this one. Okay, this particular one. And then I'm going to go to the typography, change it to Montserrat, and then also change the size also. So I'll change the typography to Montserrat, and then with the size I'm going to give it like 45, or maybe let's say 55. Yeah, so I'll say 55 is okay, and I'm gonna make it an extra bold. So it's gonna be something like this. Okay, so guys, as you can see, something like this is quite okay. Now what I'll do is I'll just hide whatever it's in the container, because I want to go ahead and then just duplicate this container. Okay, but before I do that, I'm gonna go to this particular container over here, and then with the direction I'll change it to vertical over here. Okay, so that if I duplicate it, it's not going to go to the right side or the left side, right? It's going to go beneath it. Okay, so I'll just duplicate this one. So I'm going to duplicate this one over here, and as you can see, this is how it looks like. Okay, this is how it looks like. So I can decide not even to duplicate it, but rather just delete this one. Okay, and then bring another container beneath it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring another container and then just paste the container over here inside the the container. Okay, so I'm going to put the container inside the container. Okay, just like the way I want it. So it's going to be something something like this. So if I put the container inside the container, then I'm going to go over here. Okay, and then go to the advanced over, and then the bottom bottom padding I give, I'm going to give 0 to 8, so that there will be no space over, because I'm going to give this one a different color, and that is what I want. So with this particular container, I'm going to go over here and then give it a different color. Now the color I'm going to give it's going to be like a gradient color. Okay, so I'm going to just click on gradient over here, and then the first color I'm going to give is this particular one. Okay, and then the second color I'm going to pick it from here. I'm going to pick this one over here, and then click over here and paste it over here. So guys, as you can see, this is how it looks like. Okay, so this is the first and then the second color. Now what do we have over here? Let's see how it looks like. So this one says basic. Okay, so we have basic, we have some list of items over here, then we have we have a button. So that's exactly what we're going to see. So we'll go over here, and then what we're going to do is we're going to drag this one into it, change the name to basic, put it in the middle over here, and then give it some top and bottom padding. Okay, so I'm gonna unlink all the padding and then give it like a top 50, and then maybe a bottom. Oh no, not this particular one. Okay, not this particular one. I mean the container. So we're gonna change the container, rather the padding of the container. So we're going to go to the container, unlink all the this ones, and then give it a top 50, and then a bottom also 50, so that at least there'll be some space within it. And then also let's go back to the basic text or the heading over there, and then let's go to style to style it. So we're going to change the color of the basic to white, and then we're going to change the typography to Montserrat. So we are using Montserrat throughout, okay, so that it will be uniform. So we're going to change it to Montserrat, and we will write, let's say 35, okay, which is okay. So let's just make it like a 700 bold, okay, which is quite okay. Now the next one we will do is to bring in a list of items. So we will search for list, okay, just search for list, and then drag in this one over here, just drag in over here, and then go to style over here, put it in the middle, okay, so just like this. And then we're gonna go to text, change the typography to white, okay, and then come over to change the color of the typography to white, and then come over to the typography itself and change it to Montserrat, okay. So we're going to change it to Montserrat just like we do all the time, and then change this one to 14, or let's say 15, okay, which is normal, or let me just say 16, okay, so 16 is okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go to the icon, sorry, let's go to style, then go to icon over here, and then change the color also to white, okay. Yeah, very good. So with the icon, we're gonna leave it as it is. Now let's go to content over here, and then I'm going to delete this one, okay, and then just leave this two. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to duplicate some of this, okay. So let's see the items over here. This what 1 2 3 6, so 3 3 6, and then duplicate this one also. So we're gonna have something like this, which is 6. So as you can see, guys, everything is falling in place, okay. So what we will do is we just just give it some random dummy text, okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this one over here, and then come here, and then change this one and paste this one over there. The same thing is what we're going to do for all of them. So I'm going to paste this one too over here, paste this one to over here, paste this one to over here, paste this one too, and then the last one we paste this one also. Okay guys, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to style over here, and then just give it a little bit space, okay. So let's just increase the space a little bit. Okay, so I think this one is quite okay. So if everything is fine, then we are good to go. So the next one we're going to do is to bring in a button. So we're still going to click on this 9 dots or the grip icon over here, and then drag in a button beneath, inside inside this, but yeah, inside it, okay. So inside the container, so make sure that it is inside the container, it shouldn't be outside the container. So just put it inside the container, okay. So we're going to just position it as center, and then we say select plan, or you can say choose plan, anyhow you want to say it. So I'll say select plan, go to style over here, and I'm going to style the button. So I'm going to change this one to white. I'm gonna go, let me just pick the color over here. So where is the color that we picked? Yeah, this one. So let's pick this one, and then with the text we're going to what, change it to this particular color, and then with the the color, we're going to change the background color to white. Okay, and then with the border radius we will say what, 50, so that it's going to be something like this. Okay, and then we can go ahead and then just change the typography so that it meets our standard. So we're going to choose Montserrat, and then let's say 18, or let me say 20. Okay, so 20 will be what, quite okay. So I think everything is what, everything is fine. Everything is what, quite okay, and yeah, we are good to go. So guys, as you can see, everything is what, is neat. Now the only thing that we need to do is what, to just give it the corner, the corners. Okay, so what we are going to do is let me hide everything in the container, and then let me see the container I'm working in. Yeah, I think I'm working in this particular container. Yeah, this particular container. Okay, so beneath this particular container is where we have all the other containers in. So what I'm going to do is, when I click on this container over here, now I'm going to go to advance of the container, and then unlink the padding. Now I can go to style of the container, and then I'll go to border over here, and then let's say I'm going to give it a border radius of 20. Okay, so guys, you cannot see it because the container within it also contain all the other things that we want to do. So we also have to give this one also, how do you call it, like also have to give it like those border radius. Okay, so we're gonna give it 20, also 20. So as you can see, this is where the action takes place. Okay, so we've given this one what, the border radius, and you can see it. Okay, so guys, you can do it, you can see that it is what, it is working. But then we want the bottom also, so we want to what, also make sure that our bottom also is reflected. So go down and then choose this particular container also, just choose this particular container, and then go to style over here, and then what we are going to do is we're going to go to border, and then also what we're going to do is we're going to unlink the border radius, and then what we are going to do is we're going to give it bottom left of 20, and then bottom of 20. Okay, so as you can see, so left and what, and bottom, and then it's going to be something like this. So guys, as you can see, everything is now perfect. Now we have what, a perfect what, pricing table over here. Now all what we need to do is to just duplicate what we've created. Okay, so how do we duplicate it? Now as you can see, this container is within this particular container. So we have this container inside what, inside this container. Okay, so there's this one inside this one. Okay, that's exactly what it is. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to what, just going to duplicate this whole thing. Okay, so I'm going to just duplicate the first one, okay, and then duplicate it again, so that we're going to get what, 3 pricing tables. And then I'm going to delete the last 2 because I don't need them anymore. I'll delete the last 2 because I don't need them. So I'm going to have something like this. Okay, 1 2 3. Now I can just go ahead and then change whatever I want to change. So if I go over here, I can change this one to what is the price over here? 99, then 122. So this one is what, 99 over here. And then this one says pro plan. Okay, and I'm going to leave the select plan over there. The same way, let me push this navigation over here. This one is what, 129, 129, and then this one over here, this one, the heading over here is what, is it premium or ultimate? Okay, ultimate. So this one is what, ultimate. So we have these three plans over here. Now what we're going to do is I'm gonna put this one over here. We're gonna change the gradient colors over here. So just click on this container over here and then go to its style, and then you see this colors. You can change it to your own color over there. So I'm gonna copy this one over here, come and paste it over here. The same way I'm gonna copy the next color, and then I'm gonna paste it right here. So I'm gonna have something like this. Now I'm gonna do the same thing too for this particular one. So the same way I'm gonna come over here and then change the colors the way I want it. So just like I did for the pro plan, I'm gonna do same for it. I'm gonna go to style and then also change the colors that I want. So I'm gonna put this color here, and then I'll copy the color code over here and then come and paste it here. So guys, as you can see, I have my three plans perfectly done. Okay, so these are the three plans that I have created. Okay, so I have all the three plans perfectly done. Now guys, if you go to this particular pricing table, what happens is this one is lifted and then these ones are beneath it. Okay, and that is exactly what we want to do. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to shift this one and this one to this side. Okay, so I will select the container. Okay, the reason why I have this navigation is I don't want to get lost. Okay, so I will select this container. Or if you think you get lost, you can even rename the container. Okay, so you can just rename it and say maybe this one is basic. Okay, and then change this one to maybe pro plan, the pro plan, and then this one also to ultimate, so that you wouldn't get lost. Okay, you wouldn't get lost. So with the basic plan over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to it, advanced tab over here, and then this is where you should take note. Now on the right, I'm going to unlink the pattern. On the right hand, I'm going to give it a negative 20. Now as you can see, this is how the negative 20 acts like, but I'll give it a negative 30 rather, so that it will fall under it. Okay, now the same way I want to do with this particular container, the ultimate. So with the ultimate also, I want to go to it, advanced over here, and then instead of right, I'm going to give it a left negative 30. So guys, as you can see, this is how it is. Now with the pro plan, what I'm going to do is I'm also going to go to it, advanced over here, but with this one I will go to the Z index over here and then raise it higher to 1, so that it will be above all the the pricing plans, and then I'll give it a top padding of, let's say, 40. Okay, so I'm going to give it a negative 40. Oh, so sorry, I gave it a padding. Okay, instead of a margin. Okay, so I'll go to the margin rather, and then give it a -40. Okay, so as you can see guys, this is how it looks like. Okay, so -40 looks like this, and then I'll come to you know, the style over here, and then I'll scroll down to border. Okay, to border, and then with the box shadow, I'm gonna give it a box shadow. Now I will blur it to 40. Okay, so that it will be something like this. I'm gonna give all of them also a box shadow. So with the basic, I'll also give it a box shadow. So I'll go to style over here, and then go to border over here, and then give it a box shadow. So something like this is okay. The same thing applies to the ultimate. So I'll still go to style, go to border, and then give it a box shadow. Okay guys, so now everything works perfectly. The only thing that is is not working well for me now is that there is this kind of like how do you call it, there's this kind of like something is raised over here. Okay, so what I will do is with this, let's go to the pro over here. With this one over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it the color, a color that matches this particular color, so that it will fall down. Okay, it wouldn't be this place wouldn't act like something is here, something is there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this color code over here. Okay, and then go to the pro, go to style over here, and then choose a background for it, and then pick this one, and then I'm going to give it this color. So as you can see guys, this is how it looks like. Okay, so it's going to spread through, or if I like, I'll still give it that kind of the gradient color. So I'll give this one over here, and then I'll give the top one also this particular color. Okay, so even though you can see it over here, but I still want to remove this this particular thing over here. Okay, I want to remove this thing. So I think the best way for me to do is to do it just this color, this particular color. So I'm gonna just remove this one, and then use this color, and then yeah, so I think this one is quite okay. So guys, as you can see, everything is working perfectly well. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go inside the pro over here, go to this particular container. Okay, this particular container over here, and then let me go to style, and then let me go to border over here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just unlink the padding over here, and then the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to remove this one, make it 0 over here, and then let me make this one also 0 over here, and then see how this one works. Okay, so I'm gonna make this one also 0. I'm gonna make this one also 0. Okay, now I'll come to this particular container over here, and also go to border over here, and then also remove this one, and then remove this one, so that I wouldn't see anything that is some marks and all those kind of things over here. Okay, So guys, as you can see, everything is now working perfectly well. Okay, the only thing I need to fix is what is the top one over here. So I just need to fix this particular one. Okay, so I'll click over here, and then the top border that I removed, I'm going to what give it 20, and then right 20. Okay, so I think this one is now okay. So now everything is what everything is quite okay. Now the only thing left for us to do is to make sure that we position this one also well. So what we're going to do is we're just going to give some padding for it. So we choose the heading container, and then we go to it advanced, and then we give it what a top padding of 50, a bottom padding of 90. Let me see. Okay, so I don't know why it's not working, but it's supposed to work because it is this container that we are dealing with. So all the padding is supposed to, oh okay, so let me just remove the padding for the container. Okay, and then let me choose a bottom margin of 20. It still did not work, so then I'm going to go inside the heading over here. Okay, so with this heading, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to it advanced over here, and then I'm just going to give it a padding. So bottom padding of 90, yeah, will do. And then a top padding of, let's say, 50. Okay, so I think this one is what quite okay. So guys, as you can see, now we are what we are done and we are good to go. So the only thing we have to do is make sure that it is responsive. Okay, mobile responsive. So we have to turn it into mobile friendly. So what we will do is we will choose this responsive mode over here, and then we're going to go to first of all tablet to see if everything is okay. For tablet, we just need to do some few changes over there. So what changes do we have to do? Just change this text over here. So what I'm going to do is the content or the style over here is what I'll deal with it. So I'll go to style and then change the typography, the font size. Instead of 16, I'm going to make it like a 12. Okay, so 12 is quite okay. So yeah, I'm going to copy this one and then paste style, and then also paste style over here. Okay, so this one is quite okay. Everything is fine. Now the next one is the mobile side. Okay, so with the mobile, this is how it looks like. Okay, this is how it looks like. So what I'm gonna bring in the navigator over here. So first of all, I'm gonna use the main container. Now I can't see the heading over here, so I'm gonna pick the main container, and then just give it more like a margin. Okay, so I'm gonna give it a more margin over here, so like let's say 150. Okay, so or 250. Yeah, so which is quite okay. And then I will change the size of the heading. So I'm going to change it from 55 to, let's say, 35 or 33. 33 is quite okay. Okay, so I'll just reduce the this one a little bit. So the top, I'm going to give it like a 50, and the bottom, I'm going to give it 20. Okay, so choose your plan. Now with the words and everything, I think it's okay. The only thing we need to fix it is how the pricing table is being displayed. Okay, so first of all, we have to separate it. We don't want it to fall on each other, just like we did for the desktop view. So with the basic or let me just go straight to the Pro. Okay, so let me click on Pro and I see how the Pro looks like. So I'm going to go to it Advanced. Okay, so I'm going to unlink all the margin, and then it's going to be perfect. Now I'm going to go to Ultimate. The same way, I'm going to go to it Advanced, then unlink all the margin to be also perfect. So guys, as you can see, now everything is mobile responsive over here. The only thing we can do is to just give the whole container a little bit of a bottom padding of, let's say, 100. Okay, so that there'll be some space at the bottom. So even 100 is quite not okay, so let me say 250. So guys, this is how it looks like. This is how everything really looks like. Everything is quite okay. It is mobile responsive. Everything is working perfectly fine, and that's how it looks like. So this is how you can be able to create your own pricing table using Elementor, Flexbox, and then nested element. Now with nested element, you can put element anywhere that you want to put. I hope this video helps you to be able to create your own pricing table that you want. Now if you want this template over here, I'll leave a link to it to my website. You can go over there and then download it. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.